Hello and welcome to another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson from Code of Tuition. So 5 weeks on the bounce. I'm very pleased with myself. I hope you are too. I hope you've enjoyed the previous 4 weeks of classic rock riffs. So this is just a subtle twist on that concept. This is a weekly blues. So we are looking at a standard 12-bar blues form, so it's the most common style of blues you get, and we're going to be splitting it over 3 weeks, so learning just small little bite-sized chunks at a time so that you can hopefully get your fingers around it in time for the next lesson to drop. And this is beginner entry level, so hopefully it's manageable for most people, and it's also specifically focusing on fingerstyle playing. So I don't know if you've tried blues fingerstyle before, but it's great fun. So you've basically got your rhythm section in your thumb, and then you've got your riffs in your fingers over the top, and you get some really nice interplays between the two of them. And I'm going to be doing a tab file for this, so it'll be like a week or so, certainly in time for the third installment of this particular blues to drop, and so that's available. And there's also going to be another one which is just ever so slightly more difficult, but it's still definitely sort of beginner level, so you'll be able to combine both of them. They're available in the same PDF, and you'll be able to turn it into a slightly more substantial blues which you can potentially impress friends and family with. And if you're doing really well, you can maybe even be knocking on the door of Chess Records to see if they're after any new talent. So let's get straight on with having a go at the beginner strut. Okay, here's the tuning notes. We've got low G, we've got middle D, and we've got high G. So this is blues fingerstyle, and what we typically do here is we play the bass line, like the rhythm section occurs on this low G string, and then what are like the guitar riffs occur on the D and the high G. Okay, so you can do a lot of this just with thumb and index, but it's quite good to get your middle finger on the go as well. And so while we say, or when we say it's the rhythm section, that typically means it's like 4 to the floor. You're just tapping away on the beat with your thumb. Okay, and your fingers are playing varied rhythms over the top. So for example, it's that's the rhythm that's played just with some different fretted notes. Okay, so that's all actually on the high G. So I'm going to try and alternate a little bit between index and middle. So you could go something like that. So it's like you're walking. Okay, and the fretted notes, so we'll piece all this together in a minute. The fretted notes for the guitar riff effectively are 3 on the high G, 2 open, all on the high G. Do it again, but it kind of displaces, it comes in a different place. So it's just the same riff twice, but they start in a different place in what you call each measure, each bar. And so it's a swung rhythm, but that doesn't affect the thumb. When we're just playing on the beat, that's just like you tap your foot. It's the riffs over the top, and so a swung rhythm is uneven. It has that blues shuffle feel. So there are some slide lessons on the channel which cover swung lessons. I'll put a link to a couple, but in terms of fingerstyle, you can use the fantastic complete beginner course to cover all of this in loads of depth if you want to brush up on your beginner chops. But putting it all together, we've got thumb, and the finger notes are either together or in between. So my fret 3 is together with a thumb, So that's called a pull sometimes. And then the fret 2's also together with a thumb, but then the open high G is in between. And that riff is starting on the second beat of the bar or of the measure. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, which looks a bit like this. So we've got the thumb thumping away 4 to the floor, so it's thumb on its own, and then together on fret 3, high string 1, and then 2 together, but in between is the open high G, and then there's a final thumb. 2, 3, and the 4th thumb there. The second bar is exactly the same, but we're actually starting the riff on beat 1, not beat 2. So it's just together, straight on the beat, together, straight on the beat, in between, and then we now need 2 extra thumb notes at the end. So in combination, both of those sound like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Sometimes what you can also do to further separate out the rhythm section, which is the thumb plucks, and the riffs, which is the finger plucks, is you can do a bit of palm muting on the bass string. So it just makes it a bit more thuddy, makes it sound, you know, a little bit more like a bass line compared to the brighter sounding unmuted riffs. But you can look at that in loads of detail in the Complete Beginner course if you're interested. But basically we're doing that for 2 bars, or 2 measures, and then bars 3 and 4, measures 3 and 4, we're going to use the same rhythm but just different notes. So this time we're going to venture onto middle string, middle D. We're going to play fret 3 twice, and then we're going to play the open high G. And then we're going to play another slightly varied riff. We're going to play fret 3 on the high G, and then fret 3 on the middle D, and then finish on open G again. So measure 3, bar 3 is middle D string twice, fret 3, high G, open, fret 3 on the high G, fret 3 on the middle D, finish on open. With the bass, beat 2 together, in between, together, together, which looks a bit like this. So it doesn't particularly matter which fingers you're using. I'm kind of alternating between finger 2 on the middle string and finger 3 on the high G, but it's not particularly quick, so you know you can use a varied fretting hand fingers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So take time with that, but once you have taken time with that, then here's a slow play along just for those first 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that was 55. This is a bit quicker. This is 70 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, again, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now, those of you with a keen eye might have noticed in the demo, I actually varied it a tiny bit. In bar 2 or measure 2, I went straight to a C chord. So I did the first measure, the first bar of G, then I went straight to a C chord for the second measure, and then went back and finished it off in the same way as we've just looked at. So this is quite common. Things like Sweet Home Chicago, Robert Johnson, he does that. And so it's actually the same riff. So a bar, again, there's loads of great bar exercises in technique in the Complete Beginner series, but clamping, distributing the weight across all of the strings, particularly useful in this tuning. And what we're doing here is we're reaching up to fret 8 of the middle string, and I'm going to use the pinky finger there, and I'm personally using pinky finger, third finger. The fret 5 note is within the bar on that middle D, like that. But if that's difficult, you can like tuck your little finger in like that, and so it's the bar where you come straight in on the beat. So as well as jumping up here, you've got to land that one straight away, so it's a little bit tricky. So it'd be 2, 3, 4, land with your little finger. You know, so if you're doing well with the first bit, you can try and incorporate that in instead. Sounds really good. And then the rest of it stays the same. Again, some of you with a keen ear, keen eye, might have noticed you've got the same notes on different strings on different frets. So open high G, fret 3, fret 2, open, is the same as middle string, frets 8, 7, 5. So we can just completely shift this riff up here if we want, just for a bit of variation. You get a different tone, but it's good to just practice playing in different places. And then this part, so this open G, open high G, can be up at fret 5 instead of going to the open, and then this fret 3 can be up on fret 8. You know, so you can start potentially messing around with slides and stuff. So the same rhythm, I'm not going to go to the C, you know, you can practice that independently, but I'm just going to keep droning away on low G. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. So different fingers, you can use fingers maybe 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. You can slide up if you wanted, that sounds quite good, just finger 1, 3, up to 5, then 3, proper down home, start put some bends in and things. So same riff, different places, starts to bring it to life a little bit. So have fun with that, and we'll be back soon with the second instalment of the Beginner Strut.